When we think about the way we connect with stories, it's often through the lens of our imagination. We picture the world described to us, the characters, the struggles, the triumphs. But in today's age, we are not merely imagining anymore. We are stepping into those stories, feeling them, living them. The screens we watch have transformed into gateways, portals that invite us to experience worlds and emotions far beyond the limits of what we thought possible. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast mountain range, feeling the wind whip around you as if you're truly there, or diving into the depths of an ocean where every ripple, every flicker of light feels as if it could touch your skin. This is the power of immersive media, a medium that doesn't just ask for your attention but offers you participation. It's a conversation where you don't just listen but respond with your heart, your senses, and even your soul. The magic lies in how these experiences are crafted. It's not about the spectacle of flashing lights or high-definition screens, it's about connection. A filmmaker doesn't merely aim to show you a character's pain or joy. They aim to make you feel it. A carefully framed scene, a well-timed piece of music, or a pause in dialogue. These are the tools that allow us to step into another's shoes, to feel their triumphs as our own and their losses as if they were ours to bear. This shift from passive observation to active participation is profound. It is no longer enough to sit back and watch. The world is asking us to step forward and feel. The boundary between where the screen ends and we begin has blurred, and with that comes a new kind of understanding, a documentary about a distant culture or a game where you make choices that determine a character's fate isn't just entertainment. It's a mirror that reflects our own humanity, our fears, our hopes, and our shared longing for connection. But this evolution isn't just about entertainment. It's a call to awaken something deeper within us. When we are moved by what we see, we are reminded that we are alive, that we are capable of compassion and wonder. It's easy to imagine a story. It's another thing entirely to feel as though you've lived it. That's the gift of immersive media. It gives us a chance to understand the world and ourselves in ways that words alone cannot capture. This power, however, is also a responsibility. It's up to us to choose how we engage with these experiences, to seek out the ones that enrich, inspire, and challenge us to grow. We must be mindful, discerning, and open to the lessons these stories can teach us. Because when we feel, truly feel, we are no longer detached spectators. We are participants in a shared journey. So, as you watch, as you listen, as you step into these crafted worlds, let yourself be fully present. Let the stories touch your heart and awaken your spirit. Remember, the true magic of screens isn't what they show, it's what they make us feel. And that feeling, that connection, is the thread that weaves us all together in the fabric of this shared human experience. When we think of empathy, we often imagine it as a skill born of real-life interactions, comforting embrace, a knowing glance, a shared moment of silence. But what if I told you that empathy, that deeply human ability to understand and share the feelings of another, can also be cultivated through the screens we watch? It may seem counterintuitive at first, but the stories unfolding before us, framed in light and sound, hold immense power to open our hearts and expand our understanding of the world. This is not a coincidence. It is rooted in science. Our brains are wired to respond to stories. When we see a character facing challenges, celebrating triumphs, or mourning losses, the same neural pathways that activate during our real-life experiences light up. It is as if our minds cannot distinguish between the emotions we witness and the emotions we feel. Mirror neurons, those fascinating cells in our brain, play a crucial role in this process. They allow us to empathize with others by mirroring their emotions, whether those emotions are unfolding before us in reality or through the lens of a screen. Think about the last time you watched a film or a series that truly moved you. Perhaps you shed a tear for a character who lost a loved one or felt a surge of joy when they achieved their dream. In those moments, you were not merely observing, you were experiencing. Your heart raced as theirs did, your chest tightened with the same pain, and your spirit lifted alongside theirs. This is the magic of visual storytelling. It transcends the boundaries of time, space, and culture to create a universal connection. And this connection is not limited to fiction. Documentaries that shine a light on injustice, films that showcase the beauty and fragility of our planet, and stories of resilience in the face of unimaginable hardship. They all invite us to walk in another's shoes. They take us beyond our own experiences, showing us worlds we might never have known, struggles we might never have imagined, and joys we might never have understood. Through these journeys, we learn to care not just for the people and places on the screen, but for the world and its inhabitants as a whole. But it's not just the content that matters. It's how we engage with it. When we watch with intention, when we allow ourselves to be present and open to what a story has to offer, we give it the power to change us. It is not just about entertainment, it's about transformation. A well-told story doesn't end when the credits roll. It lingers in our minds, reshaping how we see others, how we relate, and how we act in the world. The beauty of empathy through screens is that it has no borders. It enables us to connect with people we've never met, whose lives might seem so different from our own. Yet, as their stories unfold, we see ourselves in their fears, their dreams, their love, and their loss. And in that recognition, the illusion of separateness fades, replaced by a profound sense of unity. So the next time you sit in front of a screen, remember this: you are not just a viewer, you are a participant in a shared human experience. Allow yourself to feel deeply, to connect fully, and to let those stories shape the way you see the world. Because when we cultivate empathy, we do not just enrich our own lives, we plant the seeds of understanding and compassion in a world that so deeply needs them. And that, my friends, is a gift worth cherishing. Technology at its heart is a tool, a bridge between what we can imagine and what we can experience. Over the years, this bridge has grown wider and stronger, enabling us to cross into realms we could only dream of. What we once viewed as mere pictures on a screen has transformed into immersive journeys that touch our senses and awaken our emotions. This is not just progress, it is the art of engagement brought to life. Think about the first time you watched a movie in high definition, when every detail was so vivid that it felt as though you could step through the screen and into the world it portrayed. Or perhaps it was the moment you put on a pair of noise-canceling headphones and heard the delicate rustle of leaves or the distant echo of footsteps in a way that felt almost tangible. These experiences are no accident. They are the result of technology designed to connect us to the stories we encounter, not just intellectually, but physically, emotionally, and even spiritually. Every element of modern sensory engagement is carefully crafted to draw us in. High-resolution visuals capture the subtleties of a tear rolling down a cheek or the intricate play of light on water. Surround sound immerses us in a symphony of whispers, laughter, and the hum of life. And then there's the realm of interactivity, virtual and augmented reality, where the barrier between viewer and participant dissolves entirely. In these moments, we are no longer watching, we are there. But technology doesn't just replicate reality, it heightens it. It gives creators the tools to magnify what matters. A simple heartbeat, amplified at the right moment, can convey tension that words cannot. The warmth of golden hues in a sunset scene can evoke a sense of hope, while the cold blues of a storm can instill unease. These are not just technical feats, they are emotional cues that draw us deeper into the story. Yet what makes this engagement so powerful is its potential to transcend mere entertainment. When technology is wielded with intention, it becomes a means to connect us to ourselves, to one another, and to the world around us. Imagine exploring a distant planet through the eyes of a virtual reality headset and feeling awe for the vastness of the universe, or walking through a simulation of a historic event and gaining a profound understanding of the courage and resilience of those who lived it. These are experiences that touch the soul, leaving imprints that last far beyond the moment. Of course, with this power comes responsibility. It's easy to be swept away by the allure of spectacle, the dazzling effects, the flawless simulations. But true sensory engagement is not about overwhelming the senses, it's about awakening them. It's about using technology not to escape reality, but to deepen our connection to it. The goal is not to replace the natural world or human interaction, but to enhance our ability to experience them fully. When we embrace this balance, Technology becomes more than just a tool, it becomes a partner in our quest for understanding, creativity, and growth. It invites us to look closer, listen more intently, and feel more deeply. It challenges us to engage with stories not just as passive observers, but as active participants. So let us use this gift wisely. Let us seek out the experiences that inspire, challenge, and connect us. Because in a world filled with endless noise, it is the moments that truly resonate with our senses that remind us of what it means to be alive. And when we engage with technology in this way, we don't just watch the story unfold. We become a part of it, woven into its fabric, forever changed by the journey. In our world of constant connectivity, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Every moment, our senses are bombarded by a barrage of images, sounds, and stimuli competing for our attention. The vibrant colors on screens, the endless streams of notifications, and the sheer volume of content can be exhilarating, but also exhausting. While technology and media have given us unprecedented opportunities to explore, connect, and feel, they also carry the risk of overstimulation, a challenge we must navigate with mindfulness and care. Overstimulation doesn't just drain our energy, it numbs our capacity to truly feel. Imagine listening to a beautiful piece of music. The gentle rise and fall of the melody touches your soul. But now imagine playing that music on a loop at maximum volume, surrounded by flashing lights and other competing sounds. What was once moving becomes chaotic, the beauty lost in the noise. This is the danger we face when we immerse ourselves too deeply, too frequently in the endless flood of stimuli offered by modern screens. The irony is that what was designed to enrich our lives can sometimes lead us away from ourselves. When our minds are perpetually engaged by one screen after another, we lose the space for reflection, for stillness, for simply being. And it is in these quiet moments, away from the hum of technology, that our most profound realizations and connections often emerge. Overstimulation also affects our ability to engage meaningfully. When everything competes for our attention, we risk skimming the surface of experiences rather than diving into their depths. We click from video to video, scroll through countless images, and skim articles without truly absorbing their essence. The result is not just distraction, it's disconnection. We may see more, but we feel less. We know of many stories, but we fail to truly connect with any. And yet, the solution is not to retreat entirely. Technology and screens are not the enemy. They are tools. The challenge lies in how we use them. It's about finding balance, about learning when to immerse ourselves and when to step back. When we choose to engage with intention, to seek out experiences that truly resonate, we reclaim our ability to feel deeply. Part of this balance comes from embracing the power of moderation. It's about knowing when to pause, to turn off the screen, and to reconnect with the world around us. It's about creating boundaries, not as restrictions, but as spaces for renewal. When we allow ourselves these moments of quiet, we return to our screens with a clearer sense of purpose, ready to engage fully and authentically. It's also about cultivating discernment, learning to differentiate between what enriches us and what simply distracts us. Not every story, not every image is worth our time and energy. By choosing carefully, we can focus on the experiences that challenge us, move us, and help us grow. These are the moments that stay with us, the ones that remind us of what it means to be human. Ultimately, the goal is not to avoid stimulation, but to embrace it in ways that serve us, to let the stories we watch, the worlds we explore, and the emotions we feel inspire us rather than overwhelm us. To engage with technology and media not as passive consumers but as active participants, mindful of how these experiences shape our hearts and minds. So let us tread this path with intention. Let us seek balance, cultivate presence, and choose experiences that nourish our souls. Because when we navigate the noise with clarity and purpose, we rediscover the quiet power of truly feeling. And in that space, we find ourselves. We live in a world where stories surround us. They unfold on screens big and small, in vibrant colors and intricate details, capturing our attention and filling our time. Yet, for so many, the experience of watching these stories remains passive. We sit, we observe, and when it's over, we move on to the next thing. But what if we didn't just watch? What if, instead, we felt? What if we allowed ourselves to become part of the journey, to truly connect with the emotions, the lessons, and the essence of what we see. The shift from passive viewing to active feeling begins with presence. It's about choosing to be fully there in the moment, to give the story our undivided attention, and to let go of the distractions pulling us in every direction. When we do this, something magical happens. We stop merely observing and start experiencing. The characters on the screen become extensions of ourselves. Their struggles, our struggles, their triumphs, our triumphs. Think of a moment that moved you deeply, perhaps a scene in a film where a character overcame immense adversity, or where love and sacrifice revealed the depth of human connection. Did you just see it? Or did you feel it? Did you pause, even for a moment, to reflect on what it meant for your own life, your own choices, your own journey? This is the essence of active feeling, not simply absorbing a story, but allowing it to transform you. It is in this transformation that stories find their greatest power. When we feel, when we connect, we grow. Active feeling invites us to take the lessons we learn from these crafted worlds and bring them into our own. A story of resilience can remind us of our own strength. A tale of forgiveness can inspire us to mend broken relationships. A glimpse into another's pain can awaken our empathy and deepen our compassion. This is not to say that every experience on a screen must be profound. Sometimes the purpose is simply joy, laughter, or a moment of escape. But even in these lighter moments, when we engage with presence and openness, we find opportunities to feel deeply. The joy of a character's victory, the warmth of a shared connection, the laughter that lightens the weight of the day. These too are ways of feeling, of being alive. The challenge lies in making this shift intentional. It's easy to fall into the habit of scrolling, skimming, and consuming without pause. The convenience of modern media invites us to move quickly, to skip from one thing to the next without fully engaging. But when we slow down, when we choose quality over quantity, we unlock the deeper potential of what these stories can offer. Active feeling also requires courage. It means being willing to open ourselves to vulnerability, to let a story touch us in ways that might be uncomfortable or challenging. It means allowing ourselves to cry when the moment calls for it, to cheer when hope is restored, and to sit in silence when the weight of a story lingers. This willingness to feel is not a weakness. It is a strength, a sign of a heart that is alive and ready to connect. So, as you sit before a screen, ask yourself, are you merely watching, or are you feeling? Are you letting the story pass through you, or are you holding on to, letting it become part of who you are? The choice is yours. It is a choice that can change not only how you experience stories, but how you experience life. Because in the end, it's not the stories we see that shape us. It's the ones we truly feel. And when we embrace this, we discover that the most profound moments aren't just on the screen. They are in our hearts, waiting to be awakened. The future of entertainment is not something distant or abstract. It's unfolding before us, shaped by our choices, our creativity, and our willingness to imagine beyond what we know. It is a future where stories don't just entertain, but connect us, challenge us, and inspire us to think and feel in ways we never have before. And while technology is a powerful driver of this evolution, the heart of it lies in something far more timeless, our humanity. As we look to what lies ahead, we see an industry no longer content with passive consumption. Entertainment is becoming a shared experience, an opportunity for creators and audiences to collaborate in shaping the story. Interactive narratives, augmented and virtual realities, and personalized content are breaking down the walls between storyteller and listener, transforming us all into co-creators. When we step into a story, when we make choices that affect its outcome or see it adapt to reflect our own emotions, it stops being something we watch and becomes something we live. But this future isn't just about technology, it's about intention. The tools we create, whether they are sophisticated algorithms or immersive platforms, are only as meaningful as the stories they tell. The question isn't what technology can do, but what we choose to do with it. Will we use it to amplify connection, to foster understanding, to reflect the beauty and complexity of the human experience? Or will we allow it to reduce stories to noise, to distractions that merely pass the time? The answer lies in our collective vision, in the values we prioritize as creators, as audiences, and as a society. Entertainment has always been a mirror, reflecting the world as it is and imagining it as it could be. As we shape its future, we have the chance to ensure that it continues to illuminate our shared humanity, to tell stories that celebrate diversity, bridge divides, and challenge us to grow, to create moments that remind us of our capacity for love, resilience, and wonder. This vision requires courage. It means stepping beyond what is safe or familiar, embracing stories that push boundaries and ask difficult questions. It means creating spaces for voices that have long been unheard and perspectives that have long been overlooked. It means recognizing that the most powerful stories are often the ones that make us uncomfortable because they reveal truths we might otherwise avoid. But it also requires joy, a celebration of the endless possibilities that storytelling offers. The future of entertainment is a playground for imagination, a canvas for dreams. It's a chance to explore not only who we are, but who we might become. When we approach it with curiosity and an open heart, we find that there are no limits to the worlds we can build or the connections we can create. And let us not forget that the future of entertainment is not defined by any one person, company, or technology. It is shaped by all of us, by the stories we choose to tell, the ones we choose to listen to, and the way we choose to engage with them. Every time we watch with intention, every time we feel deeply, every time we carry a story into our own lives, we are contributing to this future. So let us approach this moment with hope and responsibility. Let us embrace the power of storytelling not only as a means of escape, but as a way to transform, to heal, and to inspire. Because the stories we create today will shape the world we live in tomorrow. And in that world, it is not the technology that will be remembered, but feelings, the connections, and the humanity that those stories awakened in us all